landmark, his dramatic takedown, the heroes who stepped in to disarm him.
Please. Out of the way! Out of the way, please!
Go!
As people ran to safety, and what we're learning this morning about his terrorist past. Plus, the search right now for another knife-wielding attacker who struck the same day in The Hague.
Treacherous travel, the blizzard barreling across the country, blinding conditions on the road, cars stranded, high winds toppling trailers. And now the possibility of massive flight disruptions on what is expected to be the busiest air travel day of the year.
Looming deadline, impeachment hearings moving forward. The House Judiciary Committee asking President Trump if his attorneys will participate, how long he has to decide.
Caught on camera, officers body slam. The shocking move during an arrest, what authorities say led up to it, and what the man's family is saying this morning.
And shopping frenzy, bargain hunters on a mission. A tug of war over TVs as shoppers scramble for the best buys. Becky Worley right here with us this morning with the perfect game plan for you to score the hottest deals.
Live from ABC News in New York, this is Good Morning America.
Good morning, America. Thanks for being with us on this Saturday. We begin with new details this morning on a pair of stabbing attacks in Europe. In the UK, police identifying the suspect who killed 2 people on London Bridge as a convicted terrorist released from prison just last year.
That man was wearing a fake explosive vest and was killed by police. Investigators say they're treating the attack as terror-related.
And in the Netherlands, a suspect is still on the loose after an assault on a main shopping street in The Hague. 3 people there suffered minor injuries. For the latest on both of these attacks, let's go straight to ABC's James Longman, who is in London. James, good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning, Eva. Huge shock this morning as this attack took place in almost exactly the same spot as the 2017 attack. Take a look. Buses still sitting abandoned on the road there behind me. 3 people in the hospital, 2 people have been killed. The suspect named this morning as Usman Khan, a 28-year-old convicted terrorist who was only released from prison last year. This morning, London reeling from a terror attack in the heart of the city, but celebrating the heroes who brought the suspect down. At around 2 p.m, police were called to reports of multiple stabbings at London Bridge. But the Daily Mail capturing passers-by, one armed with a fire extinguisher, had already intercepted the knife-wielding man. Watch them wrestle him to the ground. Their bravery even more extraordinary as he seems to be wearing a suicide vest, later revealed to be a fake. One of those stepping in, describing the ordeal to ITV News.
He was wielding 2 knives. One was sort of duct taped to his hand. Tried to stamp as hard as I could on his wrist, try and, release the knife.
You could see another man seizing his knife and slowly backing away. A police officer on the scene pulling people off and moving back. They opened fire, shooting him dead.
Keep going! Out of the way, please! Out of the way! Out of the way, please! Come on, go that way!
When terror struck, hundreds fled. You can see emergency services have rushed to the area now. People have been cleared right the way back. There's a lot of panic here. Helicopters in the air. People are scared of a repeat of those 2017 attacks. That van and knife rampage also on London Bridge and in nearby restaurants. It left 8 people dead. Go, 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 go. Enrique Fernandez tells me of the panic inside one cafe.
I just thought we could be the next major terrorist attack.
Were you scared?
Yeah, petrified. I've never been so scared in my life.
Windows, go!
Customers rushing down the stairs into the basement to hide. Authorities have yet to establish a motive, but ABC understands the man was a convicted terrorist, recently released from prison and had known links to terror groups. Last night in the Netherlands, another stabbing sends holiday shoppers running to safety. The attack left 3 minors injured, and investigators are still searching for a motive. Now, the stories of bravery here in London just keep coming. We're hearing one man in a building near where the attack started took an animal tusk off a wall and confronted this man. It is worth repeating. They thought he was wearing a suicide vest. I can tell you it, as a Londoner myself, I'm feeling rather proud of my city this morning.
Absolutely, James. People going right towards the danger to do something about it. Thank you for your report. We appreciate it. Meantime, back here at home, a major winter storm is tracking across the country and making a mess for travelers returning home from the long holiday weekend. ABC's Zachary Quiche is at LaGuardia Airport with the latest. Zachary, good morning.
Whit, good morning to you as well. More than 3 million people are traveling this weekend. You mix in some of this poor weather, and it's never a good situation. We are expecting whiteout conditions in much of the West today. And in Denver, places like Denver, really getting the brunt of this in terms of cancellations at the airport. You look around here at LaGuardia, things are moving pretty smooth this morning, but people have the right idea and they're getting out of town. It's going to be this mix of snow, rain, and freezing rain that's on its way. This morning, strong winds were too much for this semi as a major winter storm wreaks havoc across the country. In Colorado, heavy snow is creating whiteout conditions and near zero visibility, making the roads treacherous. The slick conditions causing several accidents like this, and forcing some drivers to abandon their cars. The storm's impact stretches into the Midwest. Here, just outside of Minneapolis, multiple people pulling over to help this stuck driver. At the Grand Canyon, more blizzard-like conditions. Strong winds and snow shut down roads as more than a foot fell in Flagstaff, leaving drivers stranded. Also in Arizona, the search is on for 3 missing children after authorities say their car got caught in floodwaters. The heavy rain also forced this rescue. First responders helping the driver to safety. From roads to the skies, a pair of storms causing dangerous travel conditions from coast to coast. Hundreds of delays and cancellations already this morning, and airlines issuing travel waivers as the storm moves east. Here in the Northeast, we are anticipating what could be coming over the next couple of days. Again, Sunday and Monday, this thing is supposed to hit, with inland areas expected to get hit the worst. Dan?
I've lived in the Northeast my whole life. I love the Northeast. Still hate the snow.
Not this time of year.
Not a winter person.
Snow. Yes, this is the time of year I want to go join Sam Champion down in Miami. So for a look at who's going to get hit by the storm and when, let's bring in Cheryl Scott, a meteorologist from our Chicago station WLS. She's filling in for Rob this weekend. Cheryl, great to see you. What's going on?
Yeah, great to be here, but it is an active weekend of weather. We are talking about alerts, watches, warnings from coast to coast, starting in the northern plains to the northeast. Here we're going to see some of the first significant snowfall amounts for some of these states across the north and east, and it's all because of this strong area of low pressure. You can see that snow flying up into the northern plains, the Dakotas, blizzard conditions, whiteout, treacherous travel up to 1 to 2 feet, and then we have the southern string of this system where we're going to get the rain, even severe storms, potentially some tornadoes in the deep south. But here's the thing, this system is going to continue to swing up into New England, the northeast. This is going to bring a wintry mess of weather for states like Pennsylvania, New York, up into Boston as well. Boston potentially first accumulating snowfall here, and places like Albany, inland of I-95. We are talking locally over a foot of snow. This is such a big travel weekend, so many wanting to get home after Thanksgiving, so this is likely going to cause major delays at area airports from New York up into Boston. Back to you.
Someone has a flight on Sunday, not looking forward to that. Well, now to the impeachment hearings. As the House Judiciary Committee is set to begin its proceedings, the chair is giving President Trump a deadline to decide if he wants to participate. ABC's Kira Phillips is on Capitol Hill with the story. Good morning to you, Kira.
Good morning, Eva. Well, you know, President Trump did publicly float the idea that he might just show up or submit testimony, but that was quickly shot down by White House aides. They didn't see that as a part of their strategy. So now House Judiciary Committee Chair Jerry Nadler has sent the president a letter telling him he has until next Friday to decide whether to participate in the impeachment proceedings. Here's what Nadler writes. In anticipation of consideration of these matters, I'm writing to determine if your counsel will seek to exercise the specific privileges set forth in the Judiciary Committee's impeachment procedures. In particular, please provide the committee with notice of whether your counsel intends to participate, specifying which of the privileges your counsel seeks to exercise no later than 5 p.m. on December 6, 2019. Again, that's next Friday, Eva.
Now, Kira, despite this invitation, it's not very likely the president would appear, right?
Good question. As you know, the president has called this impeachment proceeding a hoax and that he and his allies have had no say in these hearings. Well, the House Judiciary Committee, which holds its first impeachment hearing on Wednesday, told Trump he had the option of sending someone to represent him, but White House sources are telling me this morning it's unlikely that they will send legal counsel. So yet to be seen, Eva.
All right, Kira Phillips for us on Capitol Hill this morning. Thank you.
Eva, a police officer in Chicago taken off the street after some disturbing video catching him body slamming a suspect to the ground. That suspect's family now speaking out about the incident. ABC's Stephanie Ramos has that story. Stephanie, good morning.
Wait, good morning. Chicago police are trying to learn why an officer violently body slammed that man to the ground. The man's mother listening to the altercation while on the phone with her son. We do want to warn you, this video is graphic. A Chicago police officer is now on desk duty after this video surfaced of the officer body slamming a man to the ground. The incident happened as the 29-year-old man was being arrested after allegedly spitting in the officer's face. According to police, the exchange started when officers spotted the man drinking alcohol at a local bus stop. The officers pulled over and tried to detain him. Officers say the man allegedly became irate and confrontational, leading that officer to take action. Keisha Johnson is the mother of the man in question.
When I seen it, I just dropped to my knees.
She says she was on the phone with her son during the encounter when the call suddenly ended.
I was like at a loss. I didn't know what happened to him.
Chicago's Mayor Lori Lightfoot took to Twitter to address the now widely shared cell phone video. While a single video does not depict the entirety of the interactions between the police and the individual, this particular video is very disturbing. According to Lightfoot, the incident is currently under investigation by the Civilian Office of Police Accountability, also known as COPA.
He could have died from that hit on the head. You know, I'm thank God that he's still here, but anything could have happened.
Charges are pending against that man that was body slammed to the ground. He is said to be in stable condition at the hospital right now.
Video is incredible. Stephanie, thank you very much. Really appreciate it. We're going to turn now to the NFL, issuing another indefinite suspension, this time over gambling allegations. ABC's Marcy Gonzalez is in our Los Angeles bureau with more on the player accused of betting on games. Marcy, good morning to you.
Dan, good morning. The player for the Arizona Cardinals has already been out all season with an injury. And now with this decision from the NFL, some are wondering if he'll ever take the field again. This morning, gambling accusations sidelining an NFL player indefinitely. Josh Shaw now suspended until at least the end of the 2020 football season after the league says he bet on NFL games on multiple occasions this season.
This is serious. It's no nonsense. It's the NFL really throwing down the gauntlet.
Shaw, seen here playing with the Bengals earlier in his career, isn't accused of using any insider information. However, gambling on games is against league policy. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell saying in a statement that for all league employees, betting on NFL games or any element of a game puts at risk the integrity of the game, damages public confidence in the NFL, and is forbidden under all circumstances.
The NFL is saying absolutely no way, no how can you gamble on games and continue to play.
This isn't the first controversy the 27-year-old has faced in his football career. In 2014, Shaw was suspended from playing for USC after fabricating a story that he injured his ankles while rescuing his drowning nephew. He later admitted he was actually hurt jumping from a window to avoid police.
My sense is we will never see Shaw playing again. His career is over.
And the NFL says there's no evidence suggesting that coaches or other players knew about Shaw's alleged gambling. We weren't able to reach Shaw for comment, and it's still unclear whether he'll appeal his suspension. Eva.
All right, Marcy, thank you. Black Friday, full of frenzied scenes at the mall, shoppers eager to snatch up bargains, but in some places, it got ugly.
Overnight, Black Friday shoppers flocking to the stores in droves. This line wrapped around a Bass Pro Shop hours before it opened. Stores across the country unlocked their doors to eager crowds. The frenzy for deals quickly ensued. Chaos at this Walmart as three people played tug of war for a TV. The situation escalating before officers broke it up. And a frightening ordeal for Black Friday shoppers at this mall in Syracuse. A man opening fire in the food court, striking one person in the leg. The mall quickly evacuating.
This does not appear to be a random act. It also came out that someone thought there was an active shooter. That was not the case.
And the suspect is still on the loose. You were mentioning there's actually ways around some of these arguments these days.
Yeah, they have tickets that they hand out when people are in line, so there are no brawls at the big screen. But every once in a while, people get real excited about these deals.
Exactly. Times have changed a little bit, though. They're starting to settle it down and get a better plan for all of it to deal with the crowds. Becky Worley, by the way, we're going to talk to her in just a minute. We do want to mention Black Friday, the Super Bowl that goes into Cyber Monday. New data overnight from Adobe Analytics shows that shoppers spent $5.4 billion online on Black Friday. That's up 22% from last year. Total spending adds up to $57 billion so far for the month of November. The top selling products for the traditional kickoff to the holiday shopping season were Frozen 2 items, LOL surprise dolls, Fire TV, Apple laptops, and Madden 20 video games. Our consumer correspondent, Becky Worley, has been tracking all those deals. We heard from her just a moment ago, and she is here to talk to us. Good to have you in studio, by the way, leaving the comforts of California to come to New York on this busy shopping weekend.
This is the big week, man. Everybody's interested in those deals. So
exactly, the big week. So tell us, what kind of discounts are we seeing on the popular products people are looking for?
People are spending over $5 million a minute online yesterday. We saw discounts on TVs, average 18% off, on computers 17% off, and on toys 14% off. Those are really the big categories right now. I've been tracking sort of the really big popular products. Some of the ones I want to talk about: Instant Pot, $49, that's $50 off list. MacBooks. A lot of the people are buying these for older kids, college kids. $799, that's $400 off. So those are pretty good prices that are getting people motivated. We really do see historic low prices for the year over this weekend.
So you mentioned some of these items. What's your best pick for gift ideas, things that are already discounted right now?
One of the most popular has been the Apple AirPods, and we've seen the prices all over the place. They're normally $159. They've been as low as $129. They're $134 right now on Amazon. I think they'll go back down to $129 if you want to save that extra $5. The Beats headphones, these are comparable with the Bose headphones, the Studio 3 Beats. They go over the ear, $199, $150 off. Great present. Another thing that we're seeing people really excited about, smart speakers. They're huge right now and some big discounts. Flying off the shelves. Amazon's Echo is $22. That's $27 off. They're practically giving these things away. Their Fire products, the Fire TV products, are 25 to 50% off, including their Kindle Fire tablets. Then we're looking in the Google world, the Google Mini, also a voice assistant, $19, $30 off. These prices will go up after Cyber Monday, so it's a good opportunity, and if you can do some planning, you can save some coin. Got to plan ahead. That's right. Becky Worley, by the way, will be back later in the program because we still have Small Business Saturday and Cyber Monday to talk about. That's right. Becky, thanks so much.
Those voice assistants are fascinating. Watching my 4-year-old interact with Alexa.
Oh, yeah. That's
Alexa,
trouble.
make toilet noises. Really, a window into the mind of a 4-year-old. Yeah. Becky, great to see you on this coast. Really appreciate it. Let's get the weather again. Back to Cheryl Scott from our Chicago station WLS, who's in for Rob and brought some nasty weather to this part of the country with her. We're not blaming you, though.
Don't blame me, but we are going to see some significant snow in the north and east. But here you can see the map, just so many watches and warnings, and this is such a huge travel weekend for so many. And yet again, we are tracking another powerful storm system that is going to impact California. We have flood alerts, we have wind alerts in place, as well as snow in the higher elevation. So here's this area of low pressure, and this is just an atmospheric river. It's going to bring heavy rains to San Francisco and the Bay Area. This is going to be a concern where we had all of those fires, the burn scars, flooding, mudslides, not out of the question. And then for the mountainous regions down into the Sierras, we're looking at heavy snow, mountain snow 2 to 4 feet, winds with this storm system 40 to 60 miles per hour, and rain locally upwards of 6 inches. We're going to be tracking another storm system hitting the northeast coming up in just a little bit. But for now, let's get your local forecast.
Hello and happy Saturday. Meteorologist Alex Liggett here in the Stormwatch 7 Weather Center. Cloudy and cool to start the weekend. You see temperatures, they're going to remain mainly stationary today, only reaching the lower 40s under mostly cloudy skies. Now rain, that will develop as we head overnight into early Sunday. Could even see a bit of freezing rain, some of the higher elevations in the mountains. Tomorrow does not look like a very nice travel day. We are on weather alert tomorrow. The heaviest rain to expect in the morning, highs in the upper 40s.
I guess we need to head to the south and east to get some sunshine and warmer weather. Florida, 80s, sunny there, quiet.
Road trip.
Warm thoughts.
Let's do it.
Yes.
to show Cheryl's shoes because she has on the cutest.
You're gonna kick out your leg.
There you can see it underneath.
There you go.